Right, welcome back to the podcast. Hopefully you guys listened to part 1 with Megan and Jake and are tuning into part 2. If not, I highly recommend you go back to part 1 so you know what's going on. We are going to jump right in, starting with listener questions. So here we go. Okay, so I put a little question thing on Instagram, and I got a couple people asking questions for you guys. So Fiona wants to know, what do you want Broadway to look like after the pandemic?
Black.
Yeah. I want to see diversity behind the table, especially in our stage management.
Fair.
Yes. I want to see an HR department.
Right, which is so hard. I don't know how they would do it.
I don't either, but I want one to exist.
Right, Kayla, it's so weird. The way our job works is like, we don't really have an HR, and our HR is also our stage manager, kind of.
That's
and our
so
stage
weird.
manager is good at so many things, but like an HR is not always their strong suit.
Right. Well, just structurally, it doesn't make sense because they're inside of the structural pyramid. We need somebody outside of it.
Right, and so I'm sure that the union is talking about stuff, but it's even hard to go through union stuff of like, even before like sexual harassment stuff is really, really hard to report and track.
Interesting.
Because like someone could get fired from your job, and then maybe that producer won't rehire them, but like they could just literally go anywhere else and they don't talk to each other. You know?
Yeah. So we need like serious overhaul with the people in charge, the higher ups, those behind the table. We need like true equality in representation, not just like a black person, an Asian person, a queer person. We need like a large percentage of new voices that are making the decisions.
I think it's the only way for Broadway to like join 2021. You know,
absolutely. And the kind of the go-to as the way they've solved it is, you know, shut up, I'm a white man, I know that. But like we like is to diversify the cast, the part of the company that is seen by the public. But if it's a diverse cast inside of a white male building, it's still a white male building. It's a white table. And
it's also like, we've had some meetings with our company and stuff, and just about how like, just because you've made a space for like one token person, if you don't make that space hospitable and like open to critique, then you're not really making space for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like, if you want to have one black person in your show just to show to the people with the money that you have diversity, but then you don't listen to anything that person says, especially when it comes to like their own lived experiences, then you're not really being inclusive. Which I think is like, we have maybe like inched towards just like having the very surface level kind of inclusion, but that's really not enough.
Yeah.
I think it's been really interesting to follow. Are you? I don't know him, but I've just been following Cody Renard. Do you know him?
Yeah, not personally, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm just a fan. He's one of the only black stage managers in our industry. I don't know any other ones, but he's been doing like really amazing things to also help like nurture talent too. Because the thing is, like, people come from white institutions to be stage managers. Like the pipeline all the way at the bottom is just feeding from very white places and white spaces.
Yes.
And so like it starts with like nurturing young people to be like, hey, I know you don't see it now, but like you can be a stage manager, you can be a theater producer, and there's space and places for you to do all those things. And it starts just like from the bottom up. And it also starts like in casting too, of like, you know, I think casting directors have been talking about how they're not going to do unpaid casting internships anymore, because that's something that a lot of, you know, people can't afford to do. And so like then you can't be a casting director unless you can afford to work for free for 6 months.
Right.
So that puts another barrier that maybe unintentionally kept out a lot of people of color or people from marginalized communities from being able to get through that gate. So I think that we've had almost a full year now to like sit here and start thinking about how we can make it better. But I'm hoping that they take this seriously. And from what I can tell, people within that community, I've seen stuff from casting directors about being more inclusive and that makes me excited too.
Absolutely.
I feel like casting is very white as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's some really awesome groups that have gotten a lot of traction in these last year or so. Broadway Advocacy Coalition, and Broadway for Racial Justice, two that come to mind. I've really loved learning from them and seeing the amazing work that they're doing. These are like BIPOC led, run, organized organizations working for these changes. And they've got the vision and they've got the passion, and it's really cool to see what they're doing, and it's really brave too.
Yeah. I think that one of the things that maybe was like a barrier for us, but hopefully we stay brave, is that like I barely even felt like I was able to advocate for my own self. And so like if I would see or hear something that like maybe was a little off, or like if a person came to you and like told you something bad that happened, like I wouldn't know how to talk to a director, or like I would be like, I don't know how to help this person, because if that happened to me, I wouldn't even know what to do.
Right.
You know, and I think that people, because there is such a ladder of like, as an actor, you're at the front, you're on the front, but you're also at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Front and the bottom, totally.
The front and the bottom. And so like your opinions on artistic things that happen in the show, like they many times are not taken very seriously. And when that happens, especially like when there's racial things happening in the script and you have a fully white production team, creative team, and you have people of color in the company being like, hey, or one person even being like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, that might just be like, sorry, just that's your job.
Oh.
You know? And that's how I think that used to be like okay, and now I think we're going to find that that's not okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And it's not even about
I'll
like,
have your back when you say it. Or I'll feel like I'm in a place where I can say it.
Mm-hmm. And it's so much more than just like educating and waking up everyone white like myself, because that's actually not going to solve the problem if we just like get all of the people who are already in those positions racially trained and educated, right? Because you can't, because it's not like these, I imagine a lot of these people, I think about this myself, I'm like, I'm not an actively racist person. Like I'm not choosing to ignore POC voices or experiences. I just have never had to know them or see them because it's not my lived experience. So it's the lived experience thing. You cannot replicate that with a white body. You just can't. And so like that's why it has to be so much more than education. That's part of it. But the real change is going to be once we actually have those bodies in there that can speak from true lived experience. I think I said lived experience 12 times.
But I think it's important.
It's important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
So we'll see how Broadway goes.
Yeah. But there has been some really cool conversations. Like in our companies, we've had some cool like Zoom meetings with some professionals trying to air some grievances out, and hopefully that leads to some lasting changes.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it sometime.
Same.
Hopefully soon.
Yes.
Let's see. My friend Laura is wondering, what was life like after college for you?
I loved it. Honestly, college sucks. I hated college.
I agree.
Except for being friends with me.
Except for being friends with Jake Swain. I would say college was so hard because, first of all, I don't know how everyone else's major is, but like we just were on campus for so many hours. Like we took a lot of credits, but then also those credits would be like, you get a half credit for doing 3 hours of jazz a week. And you're like, cool, I had 21 credits this semester. Mm-hmm. So I just thought I was on campus from like 7 a.m. sometimes until like 5, and then would go eat dinner and then come back and do a rehearsal, and then wake up at 4 a.m. to drive a van to the airport to make $7.25 an hour. And I just felt like I didn't sleep. I was always stressed out. And I also feel like I had a chip on my shoulder a little bit because like I felt like, first of all, some of our faculty, I just felt like they wanted me to be something that I wasn't. And also that maybe a lot of them just like didn't believe that I was talented. And I have, Jake, you know, my mental problems are hilarious, and actually I don't really think of them as problems. I've always thought I was good.
Absolutely.
I really don't have issues with confidence, but I was just like, why is everyone else insane here? Why does no one see that I am a star? How come they choose Phantom of the Opera as our senior musical when I cannot be in it? There's no role for me in Phantom of the Opera. Why'd they do that? So I feel like I was like, I just have to get out of here. I just have to get to New York where like someone could plausibly do something that I could be in. Because like honestly, Jake, I actually Phantom of the Opera wasn't my, was that our senior musical? No.
No.
One that Becca and Michael were in.
Light in the Piazza.
Light in the Piazza.
Yeah.
And I was like, who was I going to be in Light in the Piazza? Literally no one.
Mm-hmm.
And then like all the other musicals, actually I think Phantom, honestly, maybe they did Phantom of the Opera while I was there. I know I saw it.
Yeah, they did. Phantom was 20.
I know, but
that was our YA year.
Oh, we were on YAs. Right. I also was like, what am I supposed to be in? Like all the musicals they chose, there was just like no role plausibly for me to be in. And so I felt just, it was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta like do more than just this, because I feel like I know I'm good enough. I'm working hard. I don't sleep though. I feel angry all the time. But then I moved to New York and I got one job and then I auditioned and I worked 20 hours a week at Bloomingdale's. I made so much money where I could like pay all my bills working 20 hours a week and then be like available to audition and then sleep 8 hours a night. It was so great. I only
8
had
hours was such a luxury.
Wow.
It was such a luxury. I just like was not sleeping in college.
Yeah.
The amount of 4 a.m. shuttle buses that I drove to the airport.
I forgot you had that job.
So sad.
Oh my god.
It's so sad. And I'm just gonna say this about the minimum wage. I was making $7.25 almost 10 years ago. That's a long time ago. I don't want to say how old I am, but I am old. It wasn't even a living wage then.
Right.
In
right.
Utah.
In Utah, which is like...
I was like, I get my paycheck like $75. I'm like, did I do anything this week? I paid taxes on this? Like, what?
It's ridiculous.
But I love life after college. You only have like 1 or 2 jobs at any given time, which I think is great. Maybe
right. There's been some times I've had some big hustles post-college. College was interesting for me. It was different than Megan's experience. Again, I was acting, not musical theater. So I had a lot of opportunities. Like I didn't do any musicals at BYU. I just did plays. And I did so many plays, and they were so amazing. I got to do so many different things and different kinds of roles and classic pieces and modern pieces. And it was just like I loved that part of college so much. I loved class. I was, similar to Megan, so busy and so sleep deprived and all those things. But I was also a closeted queer man going to a college where I couldn't be who I was or even acknowledge who I was fully. And that caused a lot. And that was really hard. It was really hard to be in college where most people in the world are exploring all parts of themselves and just hating and hiding that part of myself. Again, I loved my time in college, I thought, in general, but the longer and longer I've been out of it, I've been able to dismantle and unravel so many of those things that I just kept hidden because they were really painful and really scary. So post-college has been amazing because now I get to live a life that's honest as a bisexual man living my life. I get to live my life, and it's beautiful. I get to surround myself with people that I love, that love me, and learning doesn't end after college. That's something I was really scared about. I took a million classes like Megan because partly a lot of them weren't required for my major, but I just took them because I was like, this is the only chance I'll ever get to get this training this cheap. Which, yes, this cheap. That's not going to come around again. But you got it. But I'm still in class literally every week to this day. I take it over Zoom. Like, I'm taking acting classes all the time. I thought that would end, and it hasn't. And now I get to really cater that to where my strengths are and where my interests are, where I didn't do that as much in college, which is exciting and liberating and empowering. So life after college is humbling and empowering at the same time, and freeing. Yeah, it's so much. There's life after college. It's like the real thing. There's so much life after college, and so much growth and opportunity that you know that in your head while you're still there, but it just didn't really click until afterwards. And you're like, oh.
Do you also feel that, like, for so many years, especially in college, Broadway just felt so theoretical?
Totally.
And then you, like, get...
The Muni was theoretical.
And you start doing 8 shows a week, and you're like, oh, this is a job. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's great. But it's always fun. Mm-hmm. But, like, these people on Broadway are just normal people, and they mess up all the time.
Yes. It's just a bunch of humans and trying our best.
I feel like that was really crazy to, like, find out that, like, people I wrote papers about were, like, real people.
Right.
It's so surreal.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
And
also,
they've also got insecurities and fears.
Also, going to BYU where, like, there was a lot of things where you're, like, learning about yourself spiritually. I feel like I was, like, right there with you, Jake, where I was, like, learning about you and about myself and about what I believed in. I feel like a lot of, like, what's formed my view on life has come from just, like, being with you, me also being confused for you, but, like, loving you, and, like, being like, I know that anything that comes from this, like, we can't leave the love out. And, like, it makes me feel emotional to think about, but, like...
I know, I'm literally crying right now.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like there were so many times in college that were so hard because, like, things didn't make sense. Things that you thought for your life would be, like, this is how my life will be. And you're, like, realizing in the moment as you get older that, like, things will change and that's scary to find out. But then when you get to go and do it, I mean, I feel like it's even taken me, like, till now where there's still things that, like, I do or say or don't do or say that are rooted somewhere that's not necessarily in myself.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's still taking years to, like, unlearn a lot of things that you're taught about life in general, and then you get to, like, rediscover those things. And I think, like, some people find that out, like, during college is their first chance to, like, really go out and do that, and some people find that later in life. But, like, I feel like it's just been such, like, this crazy journey where, like, there were times with you, Jake, where I was just like, I don't know what I need to do except just be here because I don't even know the answer because I haven't really had to think about the answer to this problem.
Right.
But, like, I'm sitting here, like, watching how this is, like, tearing you apart, and, like, I just don't even know how to be anything but just, like, physically present. Which, like, Kayla, you should know, my love language is not physical presence.
Physical touch. Physical touch.
But I feel like Jake is one of my friends who's really pushed me to, like, grow to be a better person. In conclusion, that's how college is. That's how life is after college.
Yes. Megan, well, yeah. But I feel like the origin story of Megan and me is her holding me as I sobbed in college. Surrounding my closeted queer self. She just... Like, and Megan's not really a hugger, but she is for, like, she was that for me.
You, Jacob.
You are that for me. I know you are. And, I don't know how we got here. This is, like, not what this podcast is about. We're so emotional. College, okay, I feel like we've, like, ragged on college a lot. But here's the thing. Like, I'm already crying. Like, if I didn't have college, I wouldn't have Megan. I wouldn't have these experiences that, yes, were so hard, but were so formative. And even the ones that were painful were still formative, and I'm still learning from today. Like, we wouldn't be here in this moment had we not had the college experience that we had together, which is really beautiful. And like, so specific.
Okay. I always feel this analogy. Is that I feel like I am Maria von Trapp sometimes in my own life. Where, like, she has such a weird journey to find the love of her life, right?
Yeah.
Like, how bizarre. She's like, I'm going to be a nun, and then I'm going to fall in love with this guy with 7 kids. And, like, no one else could have done that besides her. And she was the only one that could do it, and she had to do it in the exact way that she did it. And, like, there's so many parts of my life where, like, why did I make any of these choices? But all of them have led me to this moment, and I like where I am.
Yes, yes.
That's the
okay,
feeling.
I just like literally got so many chills. I felt the spirits.
Here on your podcast, Kayla, okay?
I like the way where I am. Okay. That reminds me of what. Okay, I was.
She didn't mean to ask us this deep of a question.
You did not mean to. And so like.
This is good.
So there's this thing called Urban Campfire that is amazing that I'm just recently been invited into that space. But I attended over Zoom recently, and it's like these like artists, musicians, loving people who are just like sharing with each other. And it's kind of the idea of like playing a guitar on a campfire, but it's urban, like we're all holding candles. Exactly. So this person shared some poetry thoughts with us at the beginning to kind of open the space. And one of the things they said, their name is B, they said, in order to fully love yourself, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. In order to fully love yourself, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. She said that, and I was like, oh. I think that's what we're talking about. We're talking about like this college experience that like I loved. There were parts that I hated. There were parts that were really painful. But I would not be here where I want to be with the person that I am, that I love, that I truly love myself so much.
I love so much that you love yourself, Jake.
I love that too.
Thank you. I love it too. Like, I didn't know. Without all those. I think I just.
You ripped out your whole microphone.
You got too excited, Jake.
I got too excited. You guys have been using a really fancy, pretentious microphone this whole time because I think I'm better than everyone.
Yeah, it definitely sounds worse now.
Are we back?
Yes.
We're back.
Are we sounding sexy? We're sounding like a crooner, sexy person?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're back.
I don't even know what I was saying except for amen, I guess.
Yeah. Jazz hands.
I mean, first of all, Jake, I want to like climb out of the screen and give you a hug. But the second thought is like you guys are making me so hopeful because I finished college with my bachelor's in November. So I'm like right there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're right there.
That's so big.
I'm so scared. But you guys are making me so excited to go out there and try it, I guess. Try out the real world. And you can keep
changing the whole time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's allowed to suck sometimes. Like, my first month, for 6 months, I moved to New York 2 days after graduation. Like, I did not waste any time. And the first 6 months-ish were really hard. It was really hard. It was a big adjustment. It wasn't this immediate, like, I'm graduated, now I'm self-actualized, and all of my mental and emotional things I've now resolved, and I've got a job. No, it was freaking hard, and I was busting my butt. But like, it's allowed to be that. Like, like, even if it sucks now, that's not always. That's not forever. Literally everything changes, for better or for worse. It all will change, and I find that hopeful.
Love that.
Dean is wondering about your funniest on-stage mishaps, if there are any.
Jake,
did I never made a mistake. It's so weird.
Did I tell you the time I dropped the spoon in Mean Girls?
Yes.
Okay, Kayla. So there's this one part in the Mean Girls play that they're at a frozen yogurt shop and they're like eating frozen yogurt. So it's like Karen, Gretchen, and Katie, and we're eating pretend frozen yogurt. I have the spoon. I drop the spoon on the ground. I'm like, I go down and pick up the spoon, and I like go to put it back in the fake frozen yogurt, but I'm like, realistically, if I dropped my spoon on the ground, I wouldn't put it back in my yogurt. So then I look at the spoon, and all of a sudden I'm like, it's been so quiet for so long, and I look up, and I'm like, it's my line. I have no idea what's happened. I don't know what anyone has said. I don't know where we are. I don't know what I'm doing. And they both, Danny and Jonathan are both staring at me, and Jonathan literally hits me with her elbow, and I'm just saying like,
what?
I've lost it. And then John will then almost says my line. Then I basically go, whoa, and then I say it because she says like the first 2 words of it, and then I remembered. So then I did that. But you know what?
Oh, it's so funny.
Again, because Jake, I have one of these personalities. My thing was like, that's so funny. I get to try again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You know?
Also, everyone who's in the
won't know.
Everyone in the audience that night, or if they do, they're going to be so happy that they were there. Like, I was there the night that this happened. Now it's like a badge of honor now.
I mean, sometimes when I see mistakes in shows that I'm like pretty sure mistakes, like 30% of me thinks maybe it was me and I just misunderstood.
Right.
You know
I just went over my head. I wasn't smart enough for that joke.
Right. Or one time, though, I did go to Hamilton, and I won't say who, but one of the actors missed his entrance for a rap battle, and that is a click track, and it went, and he was just like...
Oh, that's a bit of such
and
a
it's just like, boom, 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 boom. Like, there's no indicators, but he came back in. And he did it. And
Good for him.
But he missed the entrance, and it was silent for like 8 bars, and I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no,
I could
oh no,
never.
oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh.
And everyone on stage is just like, but he got back in. I don't know how he did it. I honestly don't know how he did it, and it ended with
That's
music,
incredibly impressive.
It was
That's
very
really impressive.
And I was kind of happy to be at that show, you know? Because I got to see it. I was like, honestly, a professional. Because, some people admit, some people, I would say no one that we work with. But, if that happened to you when you're a kid, I might just, be like, excuse me, God, can we start?
Can we start over? Because this is not going to work.
Let me see it. Can we?
Yeah. Seriously. Here's mine. I thought of one. I was on for Erin Samuels. I understudied that role. And Becca Peterson, our best friend that we've mentioned a few times, she was on for Katie Heron. So we're playing opposite each other. Dream come true, first off.
I wish I was there.
It was amazing. And this really, really important scene happens where Katie texts Aaron telling him that Regina George is cheating on him, right? So the scene is, Katie's like, hey, did you get my text? And Aaron, I was like, oh, no. So I pull out my phone and, in real time, read the text with Katie there. That's important because I need to know that Regina's cheating on me and blah, blah, blah. Big plot point. She goes, hey, did you get my text? It's just us two on stage. Pull the phone out of my back pocket. There I go with my mush mouth. Falls out of my hand, stumbles. I do like a clown, whoop, whoop, whoop. It falls to the ground. I go, apparently, I don't even remember this, but I went, whoopsies. Super high. The phone breaks in half. Like hot dog style, I guess you could say. I don't know.
Hot dog style.
Breaks in half. So I've got the front half and the back half. I pick it up and I'm like, and I put it together as fast as I can. But I have to still read the text message. So I put it together where the front of the phone was now on facing away from me, and I was looking at the inside of the phone, where the mechanics would be.
Chips.
And I just read the text, just pretended it was. My phone still worked because I was like, I can't talk my way out of this. No. I can't. I just remember. Okay, no, I can't tell another one. We've said too many. I've done stuff like that before.
More?
Yeah, please.
One more. That wasn't full kind of me. So, Kayla, I don't know if you know this, but every once in a while in a Broadway show, someone will call out in the middle of the show.
Okay, yes, I'm familiar.
Which I think is great because, look, when you're in high school, you'd be like, I have broken my foot, but the show must go on. On Broadway, you'd be like, I'm not damaging my body permanently for a Broadway show.
Right.
Which I'm like, that's how we should be living. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't remember the reason, but honestly, it might have been IBS related. Our Regina had to call out the joke. That's such a call to her, but I feel like she's very open about it, and she would love to talk to you about IBS.
I mean, if you could get her on the podcast, I will gladly have her.
But, so she called out the show mid-show, which is it happens. Look, it happens. Multiple people in our company have done it. Happen all the time in Wicked, too, so it happens. This is actually 2 stories in one. So I was getting ready for the Halloween scene, And so I'm like the only principal off stage. Everyone else is on stage doing the Halloween scene while I'm doing a quick change into this like cat outfit. The stage manager runs up to me and is like, the curtain is going to come down at the button of Sexy, which is like the Halloween dance number. We got to all the ensemble right before they went on stage, but Jonalyn doesn't know who's playing Karen. So this is her big solo, right? And they were just like, when her song ends, you just grab her. Okay. And I was like, okay, great. And I'm also like frantic because I'm like, is Mariah okay? Like all this stuff. And I'm like, English, like our standby is probably like frantically trying to like put on hair and makeup and do all this. Anyway. And so the button of Sexy happens. I move it. We had 1 second. I go to grab her. The curtain's already down. So the curtain's already halfway down. Like, I can see Jonalyn. I can see it. And I'm like...
She's in front of the curtain?
She's in front of the curtain.
Oh, no.
She's in front of the curtain because she's, like, posing, right? And then, like, the curtains are coming down, and it comes down so fast. And I literally am like, it's dangerous to get hit by that curtain because it's weighted at the bottom. So I didn't want to get hit by it. But I thought I would have more... I thought they would let the applause, like, ring out or something.
Yeah.
What
Zero.
the...
Oh, my
Zero.
gosh.
And Jonalyn turns around... like screams because the curtain came down, tries to go under it, backs off, goes one way, pivot turns the other way, and just runs off the stage screaming. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was my fault. That was
Wait, I did not hear that
supposed to grab
story.
her, and I didn't. Okay, so then that happened, and then we get on stage, and so when this happens, they like write a line, and because obviously the audience is like, what is happening?
That's a new person.
Why did the curtain come down? We had like a 15-minute hold to get everything reset for the standby. And when it comes out, it's like, oh, the standby is literally 8 inches shorter than the last routine. And so then like we do one line to like acknowledge it, and then we move on. So since I was the first person that talked to Regina, I was supposed to say like, oh, you look different in that costume, because it was the first time we like see her in her like Halloween costume, and the audience laughed, and the standby knew the line was coming, but I said it, and I think they laughed so hard and loud that she got very like sunk in place.
Oh.
And then it was just silent, and I was just like, oh no, second time I've messed up this show. I'm trying, and honestly, I can't even remember the next line. Like, I said this line, I don't even know what comes next. Like, we got this laugh, and now we're just staring at each other.
And that's it. And that's our show, folks. Thanks for coming.
And we all left. We got it eventually. But I felt so bad because, like, I said it, and she just was like... Anyway, so that happens sometimes. Just so you know, in Wicked, they don't acknowledge it because no one even knows because her skin is green.
Fair.
Oh, yeah.
People, like, literally don't know. They make the announcement, but half the time people don't know this.
Right.
Well,
But they do know this.
So, Jake, I actually have to tell you something.
Yeah.
So, my friend who asked this question actually texted me and was like, you know, I saw Mean Girls on Broadway, and he's like, I swear to God that it was Jake, but the phone shattered in the middle of a scene. He's like, can you ask him about it and see if he talks about it first, but don't prompt him. So I'm like...
That's so amazing. I'm so glad he was there. Wait, I want to know what he thought. I don't think I talked to anybody in the audience to see what their perspective was. I was dying. It was so funny. I was also so mortified and so embarrassed, and I was like, my life is over, but also I'm laughing so hard.
No, he thought it was funny. I'll text him, and then I'll text you what he said,
yes, tell
it was
me.
really funny.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's amazing.
He was like, you have to get Jake to tell the story, but I don't want you to ask him directly.
Oh my gosh.
It was so it was like, we can't pretend anymore. Like, this is a theater. It's not real life.
We know we're out of play now.
Right, and we all know that we've all been acting. These aren't real props. It's not a real phone, turns out. I hate to break the illusion, but I did.
Oh my gosh.
Who would have
thought? Oh, I'm so happy to know that. That's hilarious.
I'll definitely text you what he says, because it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, well, Zoom is about to kick us off for the third time of the evening.
That's on us.
Because we told too many stories because I'm pretty sure ADHD.
No, we love the stories.
It's like that, plus like we just like we love talking about ourselves. So it's like that combo.
Jake and I do, like, every time he helps me with a self-tape, we start with like 20 minutes of friend talk, philosophy talk, you know, current events. The hot topics. You gotta.
I mean, hey, we could do that too. We could finish the podcast and hop back on for another 40 minutes. Up to you guys.
Well, are there any more questions from the listeners?
I have like 2 more from my friend Isabel and my friend Delaney. But they're
let's hear 'em.
They're like slightly deep, so I don't know if we want to like renew it again or like do one and then.
Let's see if we can do it in 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
My friend Delaney wants to know, have you ever been starstruck?
Yes. 1,000 times. I am not cool in front of people.
I'm like notoriously uncool. I met my husband, Rupert Grint, from Harry Potter once. And when I ran around the building and I squat down and I screamed in the middle of the street and then walked away like nothing happened.
I was in an elevator with Emma Watson.
What?
Hermione.
That's also you.
Oh my gosh! Like I was coming back from like a dermatology appointment, and we got into the elevator together, and we smiled at each other, and I literally got butterflies, and I was like, I do love her, and I didn't know how much I loved her until that moment. I was like, I literally am in love with her. That's who I love.
I really fangirled hard at the entire cast of Once on This Island Broadway.
Oh.
Could not be cool. My larynx, as we said earlier, was like up here. Was just like word vomiting. My face was hot. I just like went up to like Isaac Cole Powell and was just like, "No, you did a really good job. It looked very handsome in the play and you're very good singing, and I really enjoyed that. Pop will come again." And he's just like, "Ma'am."
Wow. They were so good. That show was incredible.
Alex Newell, which was so lame of me because like I was there because my friend that I went with was friends with Alex, and so like they're actual friends and I was just a fan.
Right.
But I also think that Alex Newell is probably the most talented person on this whole planet. I was in standing room both times I saw the show, or else I would have stood at the end of Mama Will Provide both times.
You were already standing, though.
I was already standing, so I couldn't start the standing ovation mid-show, but I would have, because it was absolutely incredible. I think it's a scam that he didn't get nominated and win a Tony Award for that performance.
Agreed.
I feel that.
I also fangirl David Henry Hwang, who is an Asian American playwright.
Mm-hmm.
He was very weirded out by me. I could not be cool. I told him I wrote a paper about him in college, and he was just like, "That makes me feel old." And I was like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have this great photo of my mom. Her and I went to go see Hot Priest Andrew Scott in a play in London 2 summers ago. And yes. I have, like, the live photo from, like, the iPhones of her turning back towards me after she gets his autograph. And, like, the look of pure joy on her face is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I love that.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's amazing.
Okay.
And Fangirl Swan Time.
I watched her do that.
Yeah, he was there. He saw it. It was weird.
I watched it. It was funny. He couldn't hear what he was like, what?
What?
He couldn't hear me at all.
It was so very loud in that bar.
I couldn't be normal.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, should I renew the Zoom one more time?
Yeah.
For our last question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right. I am here.
But
We're
now
back.
I'm in different positions on my computer because Jake got here first.
It's the same for me.
All right. Are we ready for the last question?
Yes.
Give it to us.
All right. My friend Isabel wants to know what inspired you both to start acting in the first place.
Love this cue.
Love it.
Do you want to go first, Jacob?
Sure. Mine is 2-part. So when I was growing up, one of my best friends, Eric Sackett, he and his whole family they're actors, and they grew up around the corner from me, and so I grew up going to the local theater's production of A Christmas Carol, and my friend Eric was playing Tiny Tim when we were like 6 or something, and I remember going and just sobbing when Tiny Tim died. And
Jake
just being
sobs at every play, though, so.
Yeah, that's like not a big thing, but that was the first time I remember sobbing from a piece of theater, and I was so moved, and that's when like it was planted. I was like, I want to one day be a part of that. But I didn't do it for years. I was 12 before I did a show. And my older sister, Jessica, she also acted all growing up. So I watched her, and I watched my buddy Eric, and they were who inspired me to really get involved. And they were the reasons I really wanted to feel big feelings. That was my big draw. It's like not the reason I'm an actor anymore, but like initially I wanted to feel things deeply and be allowed to do that, and to help, and not help, but like make others feel that. I was like, I want to make others cry, and I want to cry in front of them. Weird, right?
I love crying in front of people. It's so weird.
Crying directly into Megan's eyeball.
Into my eyeball. And that's what it's all part of the journey, man.
It's all part of the journey. And I literally cried tonight in front of you two. So, like, calm down, Swain. I've got an aesthetic, and I got to stick to it. Anyway, that was what got me into it initially.
I wanted to be a pop star when I was little. Like, I was obsessed with Britney Spears and the Spice Girls. And, like, my dad had this, like, old cassette tape thing that he, like, set up with, like, an old microphone, and I could record myself on a cassette tape singing. Like, he did this for me in kindergarten.
Do those exist still, the cassette tapes of you?
Oh, I had one tape, and I re-recorded over and over and over.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. I know. Isn't that so funny? Because I'm such a freak, and also, you already know this about me. I have so much confidence. I sang into it, and then would just listen to it.
Just for yourself.
Just for myself. And I feel like my dad's a musician and sang in a band and plays instruments and stuff, and so he was like happy to like nurture this in me. But like as a little kid, it's like, how do I become a pop star when I'm in kindergarten? Like, what do I do to like train to become a pop star? Like, it's just very unclear to me. And so it didn't occur to me until I went to go see CMT's production of The Music Man. Pretty sure Ryan Vasquez was Harold Hill.
All right.
Pretty positive. Pretty sure there was an 11-year-old Ryan Vasquez playing the lead of Music Man. Anyway, but a family friend was in the show, and so we went to go see it, and I was like, these kids are singing on a stage with an audience?
People are watching them?
People pay money to watch kids sing? This is my ticket in. This is my way to get stage time. I was an incredible ham. I would always sing at the top of the stairs during Christmas parties. No one was listening. My favorite go-to was Away in a Manger. My cousin was also a good singer, and her and I would just like sing every time we would play together when we were little. And my grandma told us that she wanted us to sing Amazing Grace at her funeral, so we started rehearsing immediately.
Oh my god!
But then 20 years later, we actually did end up singing. My grandmother is Buddhist, by the way. We sang Amazing Grace at her funeral. Okay.
So she wanted.
Me and my two cousins, my older cousin Nikki, she also was a good singer, and so we added her into it. But Becca and I were really practicing that starting when we were like 7.
That's actually pretty beautiful that you guys got to actually do that.
Yeah,
it was really emotional. But all that to say, I saw that this is how kids could get an audience, how you could sing in front of people without being a pop star at 12. And so I auditioned for Guys and Dolls, as I said, and I didn't get to sing a solo. I was very devastated because I had watched the movie in preparation like 1,000 times. I was like, I am Miss Adelaide.
It would be hilarious.
I can sing this so good. And they said, no, you can't. And then I was like, I could be Dorothy in The Wiz. I can't actually hit the notes, but give me a chance. Okay, no, I can hit the notes for Eveline. Make me Eveline. I was really like, I wanted Eveline because I honestly couldn't hit the notes for Dorothy.
Right.
And they were also like, no. But I was like, if I keep doing this, surely at some point someone will give me a solo. Right? Like, I just knew if I kept at it that I would. I think I also felt like I don't think my auditions are good enough. I understand why I didn't get it, because I feel like I get nervous. I need to keep practicing, because I think if I just got a good audition, someone's gonna let me sing. And then my middle school drama teacher did let me sing. I think I also sang. I may have also sang When You're a Jet for auditioning for Sleeping Beauty. I think I did do that, actually.
Why not?
And I got Sleeping Beauty, and I got to sing solos. And then, you know, from there on, I think I wasn't as confident necessarily that I could do this professionally when I was younger, because everyone's like, that's completely ridiculous. Like, no one becomes an actor. You can't make any money, you can't make a living.
Absolutely.
And so I kind of just like, I don't want to try because I don't want to fail. And then I saw it in the Heights on Broadway, and I had that feeling where I went into the theater with one point of view on the world, and I left the theater with a different point of view on the world. And I was like, I actually feel like a different person. And if theater could do that for me when I feel so sad and so dark and so like listless in life right now, like I was in a really bad place, and I just left the theater being like, I think I can do it.
Yes.
I think I can do this. The show, I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. I don't know Spanish. I don't know who these people are. I don't know anything about Washington Heights. All of that was foreign to me, but like the story was so human that I was just like, oh, I have to do this. I have to tell stories like this, because
that's amazing.
Like, this is incredible. Like, I don't think I could have gotten that from a movie or from anything else besides this exact moment. So that night I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. You want to tell me I shouldn't be an actor? Well, guess what? I'm gonna be a stage actor.
I'm gonna be a pop star.
Baby. Where all the money is.
Musical theater. I have a degree in musical theater, baby.
Right. I wasn't brave enough to really commit to this until I was in my 20s. All the years before that, I was like, yeah, but I gotta be a dad and provide. I still want to be a dad. I'm still going to be a dad, but I was like,
you're gonna provide with your Broadway salary.
And I am. But like, I was like, and I was just told so time and time again, like, you can't, it just doesn't work. It will not work. So it took me until in my 20s before I was like, nah, this is the right choice. Like, this is the path for me.
I've never regretted it a single day.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, me neither.
It's the best job in the whole world. Even when you're not working, I still love it.
It's a good one.
I mean, the first time,
fun things like this with you, Kayla.
Do what?
Yeah. We talked about ourselves for over 2 hours.
We get to do this stuff with you, which is great.
Yes, come back, please.
Absolutely.
The first time I saw a theater show was to go see you, Megan, in Miss Saigon with Ryan Vasquez, because my grandma took me and was like, you have to see Megan, she's your cousin. Like, we're gonna go see this.
Oh my gosh, in Miss Saigon?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember a ton of it because I think I was like 6, but I thought it was very good.
You know what's funny about that is I saw Miss Saigon when they did it the first time, like 7 years before. So probably when I was like in 8th grade, 7th grade, probably. And I remember thinking like, I recounted this recently because CMT had like a whole meeting about racial justice and how they can be better. And like, there's some things that I think back in the day used to be okay as far as casting goes that we just like really can't be okay with anymore, even at a educational level or a community theater level, as far as like playing other races. Like, we just shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know, like you either need to have the people to do the show or you need to pay their show.
Right.
Anyway, but back in the day, we didn't know that. And so I was talking with some of the alum in this big Zoom meeting, and like, it just so happens that like when I saw Miss Saigon, I saw an Asian Kim, and there was 2 casts, and the other Kim was white. And I just think back to like how informative that theatrical experience was for me, because I was like, wow, that girl looks like me, and she's leading the show, and she's incredible. And I don't even think it was necessarily that I was like, this is an Asian show. I just like saw someone killing it, like doing, like singing incredibly, who looked like me, that was amazing, who's acting. I think I probably cried at this. Like, I think it was one of the first big dramatic things I'd ever seen. And I just wondered like if I would have turned out different if I had not seen someone that looked like me. You know?
Yeah.
And that was just purely by chance. Like, that just happened to be the ticket we bought, the show we bought tickets to happened to be that cast.
You didn't see the White Kim?
I didn't see White Kim. And then when I got to do it, you know, on the next time they did it, like, it was really empowering to be like, I'd never actually played a lead at CMT before then. You know? And so in some ways I feel like I was like, wow, this is really my big shot. And then I think I realized too that, like, I was good enough the whole time to play a lead. And I think that's something that also CMT is reckoning with, about, like, you know, maybe I had bad auditions though, so who knows? That's beyond the point. But I think that, like, that was really empowering for me to be like, I can lead a show. I can be the last person bowing. I can sing all the songs. I can do it for 2 weekends. But I think it was the first time that I had such, like, a huge monster of a role. And then I went...
That's a monster role.
Oh, yeah. And then to also do it in high school is really weird choice for high school in general, but they're always about pushing the boundaries at good old CMT.
Absolutely.
Also, Jake, you should know that Ryan Vasquez did not play Chris. He played the engineer. That's very confusing for everyone.
Oh, that changes the... what?
It honestly, I should bring it up to him sometime where we can actually talk about it. But, like, I'm sure he has deep shame about this now, obviously. But, like,
Sure.
I think at the time, too, everyone was just like, what?
Well, you remember the person who won the Tony Award for that was a white man, Jonathan Price.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The engineer.
Right, so, like, it didn't seem like a big deal at the time. I mean, he was an incredible engineer, but it's like, he could literally play Chris on Broadway, like, tomorrow.
He is a Chris. He is such a Chris. It's crazy.
I just feel that, like, we didn't have anyone that had the breadth of talent that he had, and they had people that could be Chris.
Right.
But the engineer is, like, funny and an amazing singer and has to move and, like, is just, like, a character arc, and you know, Ryan Vasquez can do it all.
He could do it all.
If Ryan, you're listening, you did great. Hopefully...
We love you, Ryan.
Ryan, please come on my podcast.
But someday, I mean, I don't really want to do this Saigon again, but if I did, I would definitely play opposite you, Ryan. That would be great.
Yes, we love to see
And I would watch.
And you would be there. Jake would be crying.
I'll watch too.
Absolutely, I'd be crying.
Kayla, would you be crying?
Kayla and I'll be there.
Probably. I don't remember the show that much, but I'm sure I'll go.
Sure.
I'm sure I'll cry with Jake, and I will remember it this time.
Okay, one time.
Can't wait.
All right, this podcast can be over whenever you want, but one time I had to sit across from Jake at, like, a student performance, like a student project of West Side Story, and they did, like, a 3/4 thrust, so there was, like, audience on three parts of it, and I was sitting directly across from Jake Swain.
You said you had to sit across from Jake.
I didn't have to. I just happened to. I had to do it, I guess, because then I had to watch this show with Jake just weeping, audibly and visibly weeping. Doing this, like, all the lights are on, like, student 40-minute production of West Side Story, and I was like, this is ridiculous. They're not that good, Jake.
I was so moved.
They were pretty good.
They were pretty good.
But Jake I honestly sat there just, like, watched Jake the whole time. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Although I was in a bad, mean mood for, like, majority of college.
Well, it's so annoying because I know that, like, I have been the person that's been like, hey, audience member,
calm down.
It's not about you, actually. It's about the people up there. I'm trying to watch right now, and you're making it about you. And, like, so, like, I've been the person who's bugged by the loud cry or loud laugh or whatever, but I've been the loud cry or loud laugher way more times.
I'm going to tell you the first reason why I was attracted to you,
it.
Jake, was because you laughed really loudly at my joke. We met in an improv class, and I said a joke, and Jake laughed really hard, and I said, you want to be my friend?
I said, yes. She's like, I'm always looking for more fans. And I said,
yeah, I'm looking for people to laugh at my jokes.
I'm always a fan over somebody.
Okay.
Right. So
I need a Jake in my life. I need someone to laugh at my jokes, hype me up.
That's what I'm saying. You need a hype man. Jake is a hype man.
Jake, be my hype man.
Absolutely. Kayla, you're amazing.
And my cool guy dancer.
You're doing a podcast? Come on. Killing it. You just graduated college. Let's go.
You did college. It was so hard.
It
was so hard and you did it. Did we do it?
I think we've done it.
Oh my gosh, we answered all the questions. There was only like 4 questions, and somehow it's 9.
No one could say we didn't give it our all.
No one can say we don't like to talk.
No one can say that. If they say that,
no one has ever once in their whole life ever said that about me.
Sometimes.
Oh, the quiet girl?
No. Megan can talk to a wall.
Absolutely.
That's have a great time. I, on the other hand, sometimes I'm with people, I'm like, oh, maybe I am boring.
Honestly, sometimes I'm like, combo. I've steamrolled over every person in this room. I don't know anything about them. And that's when I'm like, I have to reel in, because I'm like, Megan, you have to let others participate. I know they said corn, and that made you think of a story, but you need to hold that, let them finish, and then you can tell your corn story.
Oh my god.
Speaking of which, I found these candles online that are literally shaped like corns that I found after, because I got an ad for a stool that was shaped like a corn.
Did you buy both?
I want the corn stool was like $300.
Oh,
the corn candles like $12, but then like $10 shipping. So.
Does it smell like corn? I don't know if I want a candle that smells like corn.
It looks like a corn dog.
Great.
And I just picked corn. See, this is why I'm good at improv. Give me any topic.
You got something to say about it. Yeah. Improv was a weird time when we took that.
Yeah.
I'm bad at improv.
This was so fun. It was so fun hanging out with you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
I hope you have something usable. I hope you don't spend. Well, you're gonna have to spend at least 2 hours listening to it.
Yeah,
so
that's we went off the rails. Were we ever? I'm not sure if we were on rails. There were no rails.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, at the end of the day, I get to listen to this clip of Megan Masako Haley saying pee pee poo poo.
Pee pee poo poo.
Just on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget my real connection to you, Kayla, is that Tara was my babysitter.
You know, she will be listening.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna hear me say pee pee poo poo.
Yeah.
So many times now, too.
Tara was my babysitter. She had really pretty hair.
Love that.
That's what I knew about my cousin Tara that would babysit me. Also, she wrote me a postcard once when I was little, and I memorized it to pretend that I could read it.
That's
I had my mom
funny.
read it to me like 1,000 times so that I could hold it and then just like say what it said to pretend that I could.
Was that your first experience with acting, Megan?
Yes, probably, because she also worked at Disneyland.
She did work at Disneyland.
The coolest job in the whole world.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she sent me a postcard from Disneyland.
Oh, that's
cool. And so
cool.
I was like, oh, my babysitter is very cool.
She's a teacher now. She teaches.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I honestly haven't talked to her in so long. She was supposed to see Wicked when I was on the tour with Wicked, and I literally got laryngitis. It wasn't the show.
Oh, no.
Never saw her.
Dang, we were all gonna come out for Mean Girls. We had like a whole group chat going. We're like, we're all gonna come see Megan in this location on this day.
I know. So
Not
sorry.
anymore.
So sorry.
Maybe when you start up again, if you guys come to Austin, I will be the first one there.
Yes.
You know how much I want to go to Austin. You know how we feel about Austin, Kayla.
We love Austin.
Come to Austin. I've still never been to Austin.
Okay, you're gonna love it. I feel like you're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, this is my place.
It's
amazing.
I'm
excited. See, I've never been to Austin, and I've never been to a bar.
Okay, well, this is the thing. You just go down that main drag someday. They have bars, and, well, I guess now they're open, but don't go now.
I'm not going now.
The main drag, like, the bars and the music at night, like, every bar has live music. I don't drink, and did I do that the first time I went, or the second time I went, where we just, like, walked down the street and, like, listened
that was me.
I went twice.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I took Mark later.
Yeah, not even drinking, just listening to,
we just went and listened to every.
It was amazing.
There's so good live music here.
Yeah, that's cool. So I hope that you love Austin and that you make it your permanent home someday, because then I'll come with you.
My end goal is London, so we'll have to see.
I will also visit London.
Okay.
Is that because of your husband? Your husband's work in London?
Initially, it was when I was 9. Now it's like I feel like I'm meant to be out there. It's kind of like when you saw Broadway and you got that feeling. Like, I went for vacation and we were just walking around not even doing tourist things. I'm like, I could do this every day for the rest of my life.
Like vibing. That's
yes.
I love that.
Like,
live where you want to live.
Let me be
also,
that person.
Kayla, can I tell you, like, years ago, whenever you first DM'd Jake, and you said that you were my cousin, he was like, your cousin Kayla Grint. And I was like, I don't know who that is.
Oh! Rupert Grint!
Just because of your handle. And I was like, I do not have a cousin named Kayla Grint. I'm so sorry.
No,
somebody's lying to me.
And then
this
you, like, sent me
point,
the whole account. I was like, oh!
I have had this handle for so long. It was my Tumblr handle first. I am too proud to change it.
No,
you shouldn't.
Don't change it. Keep it.
Never change it.
People.
My, like, future employers are gonna be like, so, are you lying about your identity? I'll be like, no, that's my husband, obviously.
Yeah.
Get with it.
Don't ever speak to me or my husband ever again.
How dare you insult me like that?
I love that.
Okay, do we need to do any, like, sign-offs? I'd be like, thanks for coming to the show, folks.
Yes,
Bye.
yeah. You could totally do a cool sign-off.
Okay, Jake, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for coming to the show. We love you. So,
That's
our sign off.
Wait, Jake, do you still have your carrot and your celery?
No, every time we signed off, I would shove it into my.
I was gonna say, you want to give us some ASMR?
I wish. I have a grape left.
Grape. That's not good for ASMR. Oh, whoa, that was good. That was a crunchy grape.
It's a very crunchy grape. That's all, folks. That's all, folks.
It was nice meeting you, Jake. Bye.
You too. Bye, Kayla.
Bye, Megan.
Bye.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to the 2-part podcast episode. This was probably my favorite episode to record. Megan and Jake, the biggest thank you for coming onto the show and just hanging out with me for several hours. It was really fun, and I would love to have you back on again sometime. If you guys are interested in hearing more stuff like this, let me know, and be sure to tune into future episodes.